Hello everyone, I am Samarpan Harith and I am here along with my team member Sarthik Garg to present our project Xeron, which we have done under the guidance of Dr. Rizwan Khan. So, coming on our problem statement, so as we know that industrialization is a major contributor to the carbon emissions in the atmosphere, and as such industries have very less or no incentive to reduce this pollution. So we have provided a blockchain based system which will provide an incentive to the industries to reduce their emissions. So what we have done is that based on the carbon emissions of the industries, so we will provide them cryptocurrency tokens based on that, and these tokens then can be used by the industries to pay their taxes or buy the services from other industries at a discounted rate and other such use cases. And the tokens will be granted to the industries by the government, a centralized board in the government. And currently no such digital platform exists which uses the previous emission records of industries and provide them an incentive for controlling emissions. And we have used blockchain based, so all the features of blockchain and decentralized system are involved in our system. And yeah, overview of our approach. So Heron is a Heron is the main thing in our project. It's a blockchain based token which is the actual incentive which will be rewarded to the companies for their less carbon emissions, and it will be provided to the industries by the centralized pollution regulation board in the government, and they can use it to pay the bills and taxes, thus and creating a sustainable ecosystem. And the reward will be an incentive, as I discussed above, that it's an incentive for the industries to focus on using clean sources and reduce their emissions. So this is the flowchart of our system. The user will, if the user is registered, so he can log in via Google. Else he can sign up also using Google, and we will create an Ethereum account for him or her. Since it's a blockchain based system, so he needs an Ethereum account for making for getting his incentive and spending it. Then his emissions will be fetched, all his records will be fetched by the government APIs, and then it will be reviewed, his emission records, and rewards will be calculated that how much should be given to him or her, and the the amount of calculated rewards will then be transferred from the admin of the system to the concerned user, and then he can use it in the marketplace. And from time to time this flow will be repeated where we will fetch his records, like example in a month, like every month we can fetch the emission records, then review them and transfer. So and then yeah, the industries can use them to pay their bills or with trading with other industries. And the technology stack, front end is built upon React, CSS, Chakra UI for the components, uh, and Redux for the state management, React router for the routing, and styled components for creating reusable styled components. In the backend, we have used Node.js and Express framework and Passport.js for authentication. In the database, we have used MongoDB, and on top of it, we are using Mongoose as an ODM. And for the blockchain part, we have written the smart contract in Solidity, and to interact with the smart contract, hosted smart contract, we have used Web3.js, which is the standard. And yeah, so from here, my teammates Hartigar will be explaining the further slides.
Thank you, Samarpan. Hello, I'm Sarthik Garg, and as you can see, starting with the workflow diagram, that at the center there's a centralized pollution regulation board which is under the government, and it will be responsible to reward industries the tokens as per the requirement, which is that how much pollution industry produces. The greater the pollution industry produces, the less will be the token, and vice versa. So, what can an industry do with a token, as you may ask? An industry can pay the bill to some another industry for some services they need from some another industries, or just use those as to pay a part of their taxes, as you can say, like a subsidy, but a digitalized and a centralized subsidy. And also, the customer who are going to use this service will also be rewarding, also be getting the reward for using these services, and also they can use these tokens to pay the taxes and all that. Next slide. Key features. Decentralized system. Of course, when talking about blockchain is always known for decentralized, as there is no particular central authority to control the whole system. It just maintain the system, but it cannot regulate the whole procedure and the whole going of the system. And security. Of course, that blockchain is a very good security, as it uses synchronous distributed ledger that no one can that the information is distributed all over the systems. And of course, someone tries to manipulate its own ledger, then the distributed ledger, before the doing a transaction, the system is going to check the ledger with all the other systems present on the system, and then it's going to verify the ledger it has. And if majority of the says that it is a wrong ledger, then it corrects itself and then proceeds with the transaction. As I said, secure transaction. So this transaction is used, is proceeded by a private key, which is obtained by the owner itself of the private key. Every user in the blockchain system has its own private key, and these are used to send the transaction. So the benefit of is that the no one on the blockchain can himself personate the person and say that yes, I am that ABC person instead of being the XYZ person. So yeah, and we are of course trying to make an ecosystem around the zero, so that we multiple people can benefit from it. And these as of future plans, we are planning to build or how should I say, uh, combine or collaborate with third party marketplaces like Amazon, Flipkart, to allow our Xerons as tokens in the systems. And that's it. Next slide. So this is a use case system of a use case diagram of a system. And as you can see, there are two actors: industry or the user, and of course admin or the Xeron system. So an industry or the user can sign up, consume the service. As I said, industry can consume from another service, or the service provider, or the user can be a service from multiple service providers. And also they can use those zerons, as I talked about it, previously. They can use these rewards to pay the taxes and the bills. And the admin can of course transfer the rewards based on the, as I said, the amount of the pollution they produced, and add the better alternative in the marketplace. Next slide. So this is a welcome screen. Here user can has currently has a Google account associated with them, so it would be much easier for everyone to log in with a Google account. This is a dashboard. It provides all the necessary information a user must know about itself on the platform, like his account number, the balance they currently have, the number of zerons they currently have, and the sign-in key. This is a marketplace where the user can see all the services he or she can consume and just buy using the services they have. And this is a transaction page which shows all the previous transaction the user has proceeded with. So furthermore, my colleague Samarpan will show you the demo for our project.
Yeah. Yeah. So moving on to the demonstration. So yeah, this is our welcome screen where we can sign in with Google and choosing an account. So we will come on the marketplace, and from here if we can go to dashboard, and we can see name, account number for the Ethereum account we created for this user, and his private key and balance. So on the marketplace we can see that there are multiple offerings provided which the user can spend his tokens on, and the transactions, currently there are no transactions, so it's empty. So to demonstrate one transaction, if the user can buy, and in the transaction section we have seen that this transaction has been created and it's successful transaction. Now if you come to dashboard, we'll see that account has balance has been reduced and deducted correctly. So yeah, these are the use cases for our system, and that's it. Thank you.